Three, two, one. Got to clean up the cards. But yeah, welcome back. This is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining today. We're going to be reading now for the sign. I think it's going to be Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and doing this reading for the month of July 2024. So, got my coffee here so that way I can keep myself awake, one, and two, soothe my throat as I push up the last bit of excess crap in the back of my throat because of the sinus chaos triggered by the up and down weather in the UK. So now that that nightmare is a bit over, we can actually speak, talk a little bit more. The readings can go a little bit longer as well because I have a little bit more capability to speak, thankfully. That said, if you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding that notification bell so that you don't miss any updates from future postings. And additionally, if you would like a personal reading with me, one that is in tune with your specific energies, feel free to reach out to me at the information provided in the description box below. I'm going to replace that kind of hideous blank card with an actual website very, very soon. I'll get on that starting tonight. But that said, we're going to use an Oracle deck here and then also a tarot deck, both which come from the steampunk theme. So this very, very intricate artwork based on Victorian machinery and such, which is something I love being a sci-fi nerd. So that said, we're going to get straight into it for said Cancer. So let's do it, Cancer. Please give me an Oracle message, Spirit, about Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please give me an Oracle message for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please give me an Oracle message for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, stop here. Okay, what's Cancer's Oracle message? There we go. Number 32, which is your card, the Moon. I'm getting some very good synchronicity today for some reason. I guess I'm going to go with it. But when we look at that, 32 is the Moon. That is Cancer's planetary, ruler. And this talks a little bit about dreams, fancies, cycles, emotions, creativity, being swept up in something. So it's a normally neutral card, but it can be positive in most circumstances. So I'm going to put that right there. Very interesting that that came out. We do have a new moon. I think we have a new moon coming up, but let's see. I'll look into it also, like what the full moon's going to be this time. I haven't been following much of the astrology that much these days. And typically, even though it's good to follow the astrology, I think it's good for people to kind of find out on their own which transits are taking place, if there's a transit that actually relates to the reading. It's important to know, but other than that, I just kind of wing it and blabber out what's coming to mind or what's coming to eye um, during the course of the reading. So that said, let's carry on. I just don't feel like being an astrological weatherman in the course of these readings because it can get confusing what's taking place and when. I can barely remember people's names, let alone which planet's in what place, unless I consult like astro.com or whatnot, which is a good website. It's probably the best website for looking at astrological transits. So I'd say go there and find out what's going on. However, we're going to find out what Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising are going to experience for the month of July 2024. What's going on for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for June 2024. Cancer's current energy. Cancer's current energy. Okay, I'm going to take these two instead. So what is the challenge to this energy? What is the challenge to Cancer? Hmm. Where is the past? Near future. Oof. Okay, let's help you out there, Cancer. This is it's a bit dodgy here. It's at the core of the reading. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, Cancer, brace yourself for this. I'm gonna just give it to you straight. It's at the crown. Oof, my God. What's the likely outcome? Come on. Okay, wow. Right. Okay, we're going to start with what we've got here. So, Cancer, don't shoot the messenger, but I'm sure that's probably in the works. And put this here. Now, right now we have Seven of Swords. That's what we don't see coming. That's what's at the bottom of the deck, and that's the energy that's basically in within the subconscious as well as what's taking place in your life in the unseen. So you're now dealing with a situation where you have been betrayed, sabotaged. Potentially, you have sabotaged yourself. And this has been due to not seeing things for what they are. And sometimes when we sabotage our efforts, our own efforts, it can be due to the fact that we have unresolved traumas or issues that cause us to reject the very things that we need in our life. So, for example, you can date someone and male or female, they push you away because they have unresolved issues within themselves that they cannot seem to let go of. And that said, it can it can let's just say it can fuck up a good thing or a wet dream, as they say sometimes. And what I'm seeing from all of this, and I'm getting some information about the moon. Maybe this is you trying to trust your intuition. Maybe you have been following some of your dreams and some of the messages that they have in store for you. Or maybe you just might be in the blues a little bit. So while this is a normally positive card, I'm getting some negative vibes off of this, very negative vibes. So Cancer, what I noticed from you is that your energy is the Knight of Wands and the King of Swords. These are two different people. You've got two different people in your energy. One of these is an air sign, King of Swords, and one of these is a fire sign, King of Wands. If it's not two people, it's two aspects of yourself. You could be really passionate and fiery at one minute, and then another minute you can be very cold and calculated. And we need to understand exactly why. Why is this person in two minds about everything? And it's because they miss someone from the past. Um, so Cancer is normally focused on the past. That is why the moon rules their specific rulership. And looking at the past, this is a great thing, but I'm getting that a person's being ruled by their sentiments and not necessarily their logical mind right now. Because what I see, the challenge here is the sun. You got the moon as your original card, your oracle card, but you have got the sun as your challenge. What this is showing me is that it's difficult to see things clearly for you at the moment. Or if this relates to the person that you're dealing with, maybe they're having trouble seeing things clearly. You could also have a very strong difficulty being happy, and you could just be in the feels at the moment. pining for two people that either you lost or people that you're dealing with at the moment, and you're just kind of enjoying the back and forth between the two of them. In the recent past, you have the horologer, which is the Hierophant. So this can indicate a marriage. Please clarify the Hierophant. And you have the Hermit reverse and the Devil. Okay. All right. So these are three different Earth signs. You firstly have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. You have the Inventor, which is the Hermit. And then you have the Cyborg or the Devil, which is Capricorn. You have all three major arcana signs representing the three um the three major earth sign suits, or zodiac signs. So again, you have the Hierophant, Taurus, the Inventor or the Hermit, Virgo, and the Moon, well, and the Cyborg or the I'm getting tongue tied a bit, sorry here. You have the Cyborg or the Devil, which is Capricorn. Whoever you're dealing with in the recent past, this was a huge relationship that taught you a lot about what's going on, because the Hierophant typically relates to learning lessons that allow you to unlock your own potential. This is why the initiates in the Rider Waite are sat at the feet of the Hierophant in there, the Pope. And the Pope is imparting their lesson, his lessons to the people to initiate them into the mysteries of life. Because from there, you go from the Hierophant to six, which is the lovers, which is choice. So in order to make that choice, you have to first be informed and have informed consent. However, we have the Hermit reverse. So you want to come out of a period of isolation because you feel you've felt, at least in the past, a massively strong tie to someone that has left you felt bound and restricted. What I'm getting here is that maybe you, Cancer, were married, you were kicked out, and then you still feel strongly tied to someone, and you've been chained to this person for a long period of time, or perhaps you were trying to leave or escape this person, um, or this marriage, and you still feel bound and tied to it. Because what I see here in the future, you have the Three of Swords, which is a betrayal. Seven of Cups also is clarifying that. And let's get one more. Yeah, Page of Cups. Well, it's the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Mm. So Cancer, you're pushing yourself into a position where you are about to get your heart broken again. And if you haven't healed from the past, then you're definitely not going to be able to heal from the future. In fact, it may push you over the edge. Knight of Cups in the reverse, Seven of Cups. You're going to feel heartbroken, confused, and you're just going to want to shut off emotionally. So whatever you're doing now to prevent your heart from healing, if you are chasing after people, or if you're in third parties, or if you're trying to get back an ex, this is precisely why I do not recommend any of these types of actions in a person's life. And I especially do not approve of them in my tarot readings, in the sense that when people ask, is an ex coming back? Does this person like me? Can I get back my ex? How does my ex feel about me? Unless you have moved on from that energy, this is where you find your low vibrational people pining over shit that should have died off a long time ago. And by inquiring about these things, and I'm guilty of it too, um, by inquiring about these things, all it does is ties us to those things. Devil card. And it prevents us from moving forward or moving on. It shouldn't matter what your ex is doing. It shouldn't matter if your ex is with someone new. It shouldn't matter if your ex wants you back. The very fact that you're not anchored in your own life's purpose shows that you're being dragged to death by someone else's life purpose. And if their life purpose is playing you for a fool, then enjoy the ride. So that's why I don't like those types of readings. Um, so we look at what's at the core of this whole tarot spread. You have the Queen of Swords in the reverse, the Fool. I am speaking to a Cancer here who is deeply hurt by someone that left them or by someone they were married to. And I'm seeing here revenge, possibly doing something stupid or foolish. I would not recommend that. That's at the core of that's the core of this reading. Additionally, the Eight of Swords and then the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Clarify that a little bit more. Get the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Two eights. Eights are the number of the self. And then Ace of Pentacles. I'm getting you're willing to do anything and everything to get this person back. And if you don't get them back, you get back at them. So I'm getting either revenge vibes or a way to move or mosey yourself back in someone's life. This is a very chaotic reading. And I think that whoever I'm speaking to at this particular point in time, if you are trying to get revenge on someone, or if you're stuck in your head about how you're going to, reject someone and move on or do something kind of foolish that would end up, knocking your karma down a few pegs, you can avoid it now by just listening to this message and then moving forward with your life. In the outcome of all of this, we have um, judgment, Two of Swords, and then strength reverse. Whatever it is that you're seeking to come back together is not going to come back together. You have the Two of Swords, which means that you're going to be at an impasse. And furthermore, you're going to eventually become exhausted and be forced to resign from this. Now, Cancers have a propensity towards stubbornness, same way Taurus is. A Taurus can do it. Leo can do it. All signs are guilty of being stubborn in some ways, with the exception of maybe like Gemini, who's just all over the place. I can say that I have a Mercury in Gemini, and that it would explain a lot of the bullshit that comes out of my mouth at times. But um, proudly Gemini in that way. Um, we're looking at this, and when I see this, it's like your life is not going to be able to resurrect and begin anew. You will not be able to renew your life. If you or the person this reading is related to, take it as it resonates, please. If you or the person that this relates to has some sort of a death wish, that because they were bound to you in the past, they're not going to let you go and they're going to force you to be with them, or they're going to force themselves to get revenge on you and do something stupid and underhanded. It's going to end in heartbreak. It's going to end in a very kind of inglorious way. And I think that it's time that maybe you can put the brakes on this before this does turn sour. I'm going to pull another Oracle card just to kind of clarify this. So we have 17, which is the card of the Stork, if I'm not mistaken. So this is all about bringing new things into being, which can be about a birth, a change, a move, air travel, in addition to the family, a renovation. I look at this as kind of almost like you're trying to bring, I'm getting a completely different message. When I look at this stork, I look at someone who is standing and presiding over a family, and the stork is basically trying to manage what they think would have been the perfect family life for them. And if I just go on a on a more intuitive um, position from this reading, I'm getting a person who has been hurt by the fact that they invested so much in building a family with someone through a marriage, and that has fallen apart. And the only thing they can see now, the only thing that can make it right, is vengeance or causing trouble. This is a very low vibrational place to be in. I would strongly recommend against making such moves in your life. And furthermore, it's more like a plea. You should probably speak to someone rather than taking matters into your own hands, especially in this way. Um, it is better for you not to hold on. Cancers have the uncanny ability to never let anything from the past go. I know several cancers. This is kind of their thing that they do. Taurus can be stubborn as fuck to the ends of the earth. I'm a Taurus. I can say that because I'm a part of the Moo crew. Once you have pissed off a Taurus, they're not letting you back in, period. You have been bounced out of the Moo crew club. However, with this, this is a cancer that has been scorned. They're not letting the past go. They probably refuse to let the past go. And now they're kind of on a suicide mission to create chaos for the person that they feel was wronged. I mean, they feel wronged them. Unless you're the bride and you've got a movie called Kill Bill, avoid this type of thing in the real world because the authorities do come for the people, including the bride, if this was to be a real thing. That said, I'm going to leave it there. That was a bit of a mindfuck of a reading, but I hope someone I honestly at this point hope no one resonated with this message, but there's probably a cancer or two out there that is like sharpening their knife and about to pull a little rain bobbit on someone, and I really would advise against that. But yeah, thanks for joining Aluminum Tarot. If you like what you heard here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding that notification bell. So that you don't miss any messages from future postings. And additionally, if you would like a personal reading with me, one that is in tune with your specific energies, uh, feel free to reach out to me at the information provided in the description box below. Thanks again. I hope you Cancers have a good, day. Please have a good day and not a 6 o'clock news night. Thank you. Take care. Love and light.